U.S. and Russian officials looking for cooperation to broker talks with Iran over nuclear ambitions. I spoke with President Trump in an exclusive interview this week. He dropped the news on his latest communications with Iran. There are reports now that Russia says it will help the United States negotiate a nuclear deal with Iran. What kind of a deal with Iran do you want to do? You said they cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Yeah. Well, there are two ways Iran can be handled, militarily or you make a deal. I would prefer to make a deal because I'm not looking to hurt Iran. They're great people. I know so many Iranians from this country.
Well, not the leadership.
No, not the leadership.
The
no,
people.
They're very evil people. No, but the people of Iran are great people. But they had a tough regime, and they'd meet and they'd be shot in the streets. I mean, it was a tough deal. But I would rather negotiate a deal. I'm not sure that everybody agrees with me, but we can make a deal that would be just as good as if you won militarily. But the time is happening now. The time is coming up. Something's going to happen one way or the other. I hope that Iran, and I've written them a letter saying, I hope you're going to negotiate, because if we have to go in militarily, it's going to be a terrible thing for them.
You wrote a letter to the Khomeini?
Yes.
The leader? When did you send the letter?
Yesterday.
And you said you better negotiate, or we want you to negotiate?
I didn't say you better. I said,
Okay.
I hope you're going to negotiate, because it's going to be a lot better for Iran. And I think they want to get that letter. The other alternative is we have to do something, because you can't let them have a nuclear weapon.
Oh, we'll see where this leads, Tiffany. The president has said it many times that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It was news yesterday when he told me that he actually sent a letter to the leadership.
Yeah, look, Iran is not America's friend, and the administration's campaign of maximum pressure is absolutely needed. The administration wants to, isolate Iran from the global markets. Not only that, drive down their oil exports to zero. Unfortunately, under Joe Biden, he allowed them to export more oil, which made them, a foe to be reckoned with. And so I think President Trump is on the right track. Maximum pressure is what's needed to protect our country and this world, and stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon.
Yep. John, how do you see it?
No nukes for Iran. That's of overriding importance. And as far as oil is concerned, I mean, it could be that if we make it more difficult or impossible for Iran to go ahead and export oil, that might push the world price of oil somewhat higher, but so be it. And, meanwhile, the fact that we have less restrictions on drilling in the United States, we will eventually see an increase in the supply of oil from the U.S. that will put downward pressure on the price of crude.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, that's one of President Trump's main goals, with his drill, baby, drill policy. He wants to put more oil on the market to get prices down.
And, right now, despite the fact that other commodity prices have been increasing, for instance, steel is up by 30% since the end of January, crude oil prices have actually declined.
Yeah, crude oil. And then that will help inflation overall. But we'll see if inflation ticks up before it ticks back down. The price of crude right now up 1.5%. Stocks are higher and yields are stable. We've got a lot more coming up.